On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, doing the OK sign is racist. Trump says 8-year assault on the Second Amendment is now over, and an ex-banker claims that he was invited to take part in child sacrificing rituals. That and a lot more, so stay tuned. For the week of May the 1st, 2017, this is the first article here, and it's an article written by Paul Joseph Boston. The title is called, Doing the Trump Hand Sign is Racist. Predominant Trump supporters smeared as white supremacists. Bows to sue. Underneath it, it says, doing the OK hand sign now means you're a neo-Nazi according to idiots. Now, without further ado, here's Paul Joseph Boston with the video here.
Doing the OK hand sign now means you're a neo-Nazi. That's according to The Independent, who published an entire article defaming Mike Cernovich and Cassandra Fairbanks as white supremacists. The same Independent that simultaneously writes hit pieces about me while begging for an interview. The article was based on a tweet by Fusion reporter Amanda Roller, which said,
"Just two people doing a white power hand gesture in the White House."
The Independent said,
"The Anti-Defamation League characterizes the symbol as a racist hand sign."
And that's fake news. The ADL never said doing the OK symbol was a quote racist hand sign. They were talking about a completely different hand sign using two hands where one hand forms the letter W and the other hand forms the letter P to represent WP or white power. And the Independent is so stupid they literally debunk themselves in their own article by pointing this out. I don't know which is more retarded. Calling Cernovich a white supremacist when he has a Persian wife and a mixed race baby? Pretty shit white supremacist. Calling Cassandra Fairbanks a white supremacist when she's Puerto Rican? Or completely falling for a 4chan troll that set out to fool verified libtards on Twitter into thinking the OK sign had been co-opted by neo-Nazis. That's literally what 4chan said, and they fell for it. The fact that I even have to explain this to you fucking morons makes me want to kill myself. Trump does the OK sign when he's making a point.
Hand gesture with an L shape. So it's right here. It looks precise.
Right now.
Not wishy-washy. He's got this nailed.
Just like other politicians do this thumb to fist thing when they're making a point. Trump does it to make a point, not to signal white supremacy. Cernovich, Fairbanks and everyone else do it because they're Trump supporters, not because they're white supremacists, you fucking idiot.
Alright, I think that's enough there, but here's Alex Jones about this too.
But Trump does it all the time. When Trump says, "I'm going to handle it," or "you guaranteed we're going to end up cutting your taxes." That clip's coming up next. He was on a speech today saying, we're going to cut them, we're going to get the economy going. In all corporate language, that means it's handled. What I love about Trump's mannerisms is he waves his arms around like I do. I have pretty much the same mannerisms as Trump. I wasn't trained in mannerisms. I didn't go to college for it. I've had media people ask why I wave my arms around. I've had Italians come out so many times to my rallies and events. Even at my grandfather's funeral, I gave a speech, and this Italian guy that was in his church came up and he goes, "I loved your grandpa, but by the way, are you Italian? Because you wave your arms around even more than we do." But that's just what I do. I can't help it. I talk with my hands. And Trump does the exact same mannerisms. I mean, I've gone back to videos I did 15 years ago, and it's this hand signal, it's this hand signal, it's that hand signal, it's the thumb, it's pointing. They say don't point. People don't like it. Well, guess what? Trump points. They found it. They found the coconut guy. Was it for coconut milk? What is it for? Yeah, it's for coconut milk. is it? 7-Up. Okay, see, I remembered like coconut milk or something, or Almond Joy. Showing my memory, 7-Up, no caffeine, Jeffrey Holder. But I think he did ads for other people too. Here, let's back him up and play this. Go ahead and start it from the beginning, please.
All right, thank you. But you see, I mean, I don't even know why I'm actually covering this, but technically it just shows how stupid the leftist libertarian retards are now. Okay sign, a racist sign, please, man. Onward to our second article here, and it's an article written by Truth Revolt. The title is called "Donald Trump Declares 8-year assault on Secretary is over. You came through for me, now I'm going to come through for you." On Friday, President Trump delivered a speech to the National Rifle Association and its 2017 Leadership Forum in Atlanta. This marks the first time a sitting president has done so since Ronald Reagan in 1983. Triumphantly, Trump told the enthusiastic crowd, "The 8 years on your Second Amendment freedoms have come to a crashing end. You have a true friend and champion in the White House. You came through for me, now I'm gonna come through for you," he added. Trump spent the early part of his speech thanking the NRA for backing his candidacy and helping him win the White House. He promised, "You are my friends, believe me." To the NRA, "I can proudly say I will never let you down." The president thanked the NRA for its activism for the military, law enforcement, and defending the American flag and constitutional rights to keep and bear arms, which is actually true as well, for any other weapon you wish. He was able to rouse much applause during his speech, especially when he mentioned his cabinet members. He certainly raised the roof when he called out Pocahontas, aka Senator Elizabeth Warren, the Democrat of MA, warning she could be a candidate in the 2020 who is not big for the NRA. So it was a historic day for Trump, and a day where gun rights were fully endorsed by the White House. 8 years was much too long. Watch the president few speaks above. And I'm gonna stop right there. I mean, that's just it, folks. Obama tried to do everything to take our guns. Sandy Hook, the Aurora shooting, the San Bernardino shooting, and all the other crap they pulled. It blew up in their face. It fell flat on their face. And I'm very, very happy to hear him actually say that. I mean, this actually could be the first thing of, well, you know, something very good. And I'm glad he actually, you know, brought up that fact, because if Clinton had gotten in, we would all be dead here. And which brings us to its last article today here, which is an article by Paul Joseph Watson. Now, this article just went up, so pretty much I'll be reading this thing blind like a bat. That is, Empire claims he was invited to take part in child sacrifice rituals. Underneath it says, these people were Luciferians. A former Dutch banker has given a sit-down interview during which he claims that he was invited by members of the financial elite to participate in child sacrificing rituals. Ronald Barnhart was a successful entrepreneur who ran a number of businesses before entering the world of finance. Upon doing so, he was told by his peers to put his conscience in the freezer. "I was trained to become a psychopath, and I failed," said Bernard. Bernard's background checks out. He is profiled in this Dan Burgerut article from January 2017. He goes on to describe how elites saw the people as useless parasites and were completely content to crash economies and destroy companies to enrich themselves. Bernard then relates on how he was invited to participate in a cult satanic rituals with other elites. Folks, this is what they're into. Bernard then breaks down and starts crying, explaining that was the breaking point. Children. The former banker said he refused to participate in the rituals and made him a threat to the elite, and that this is the method used to blackmail politicians all over the world. Earl goes on to say, whether Bernard is telling the truth or not, there's no way to really determine whether that was the case. The notion of members of the elite being connected to child pedophile rings is manifestly proven fact. And here's arguments about that as well.
Sacrifice rituals. Ronald Bernard was a successful entrepreneur who ran a number of businesses before entering the world of finance. Upon doing so, he was told by his peers to put his conscience in the freezer. I was training to become a psychopath, and I failed. That's exactly right.
He breaks down in this interview and starts crying.
Bernard's background checks out. He's profiled by the Volkskrot article from 2017. He goes on to describe how elitists saw the people as useless parasites and were completely content to crash economies, destroy companies, and enrich themselves. Bernard then relates how he was invited to participate in occult satanic rituals with other elites. I've been invited to go be part of the Hellfire Club at Oxford.
He describes scenes from the movie with Tom Cruise. I can't think of it right now.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the only person interviewed in the last 15 years, Vivian Kubrick. And when I interviewed her and she was getting ready to come to Austin and spill the guts, all hell broke loose. Sleeper cells inside the operation, government stuff. I mean, I can't get into it all at this time. And then she just disappeared.
Haven't heard from her?
I'm not at liberty to get into it all. But she kind of co-directed his last 4 or 5 movies, did the score for Full Metal Jacket. He was her main, he was her favorite in the family of the other daughter and the mom and Vivian Kubrick. And I've never broken confidence with people, and I almost want to tell people the stuff she told me, but I just can't do it.
All right, thank you. But you see, folks, spread this around like wildfire. I mean, this is what these people are into. They look at you like dumb idiots, and that's just it. That's all they look at you as. Well, that's all the articles I have for you today. If you'd like me more about these articles, please go to the links below, or go to Infowars.com or PhysicsPlanet.com. There you can find hundreds of articles. That's like this one I have for you today. This is the Infowars News Blitz. I'm Info I'm from Field Region number 3. Please like, subscribe, and donate. Bye-bye.